Hello.
Hello.
Another week, some
Another
more
movie.
movies. We actually have more movies this week than last week. Last week was pretty sparse.
Mm-hmm.
We had 2 movies. This week, we're back to 5.
Is that our average we're shooting for every week, or is it if we can squeeze in two in a day?
I feel like we usually get to 5 a week,
Fair enough.
like one per business day.
This is our full-time job after all.
That's mine.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right. So, you ready to get started on movie number 1?
Let's go. What did we start with?
We watched Rebuilding with Josh O'Connor,
King Charles himself.
which I love Josh O'Connor. I
Mm-hmm.
thought he should have gotten a nomination for Challengers.
He's shown up in a lot of stuff lately, I think.
Mm-hmm. I will say with Challengers, what might have hurt him, he campaigned supporting. He was a lead in that
He was
movie.
lead in that, definitely. How'd you feel about this one? Because I have thoughts.
Well, I thought it was pretty slow,
Mm-hmm.
and I think a lot of that has to do with the specific character that he was playing.
He was a country bumpkin.
I think that he did such a good job at playing this man, and this man felt very real. I feel like there's a lot of dudes just like this, but this man is pretty boring.
Yeah, I don't know, doesn't really talk for himself for the most part, unless he's like interacting like on one side of a conversation, I suppose. He shouldn't have been a dad, first of all.
No, I guess he was trying to be a good dad, but then he was gonna move away, and I guess he decided not to. He wanted to build this community. I think that's what this movie is about, the human necessity of community,
Sure.
and how he kind of found that in this unsuspecting circumstance.
Mm-hmm.
I actually thought the movie would have been far more interesting if it had been about Callie Reyes's character.
Who was she playing?
She was his new neighbor with the daughter. Who
Oh
would play
yeah,
with
the
his
daughters
daughter.
became friends. Yeah, and they were hanging out.
The actor from True Detective.
Yeah, she was really good.
Yeah.
I agree. I wish she had a little bit more to do in this movie.
I did too, because again, I love Josh O'Connor. Gave a brilliant performance here, but he did such a good job.
His bits were the most boring.
That he did such a good job that it was boring because this is a boring guy. Like,
Yeah.
this character is a boring guy.
He acts good.
Like, I feel like I know dudes who are like this, who they don't really externalize their emotions.
Mm-hmm.
And that's very real, but it's another thing to watch that on the screen for 2 hours. I don't even think this movie was 2 hours, but it felt like it.
It was too long no matter what. This movie could have been half an hour with commercials. No problem.
Could have been an after school special.
Because his house burns down, right? And
His farm, yeah.
yeah, his whole ranch burns down. He moves into the trailer park, like the FEMA trailer park, I think.
Yeah.
Meets some friends, decides to move to a big other plot of land that he already owns. So this dude could have just sold his other land, I suppose, if he needed money, and lived there. Done.
I think he had a lot of sentimentality toward that land.
Yeah, I think he like
didn't
grew
wanna
up
get
there.
rid of it.
His family had been there for a long time, I think.
And then plus there was just a massive fire there, and they were even asking, when's the next fire gonna be? And he
That's
was
true.
like, I don't know, a decade or two. So it's like, how much money are you really gonna get from selling land that seems pretty undesirable in the market?
True.
I at least didn't think his kid was annoying. I think the kids in these movies are annoying a lot of the time. I thought this kid was just neutral.
She was good. I kind of felt bad for the kid because
Me
she
too.
obviously understands, like, oh, my dad's kind of a loser. And I have to be the adult here most of the time. She's like, what, 8?
Yeah. And you kind of get to see when she realizes that her dad's not really all that she's built up of him in her mind.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I felt bad for her mom, Megan Fahey.
Yeah.
Like, she was just trying her best with this guy who doesn't really want to be a father, it seems, at least through his actions. I think he's trying.
It's like he
But-
doesn't know how to be a father, has like
Exactly.
no instinct of what to do.
Yeah, because there's one point when she says, "Okay, so you're gonna pick her up from school on Friday," and he's kind of like reluctant. And it's like, well, she picks her up from school every other day.
Yeah,
So, and
and has been.
she was trying so hard to make sure this kid didn't resent her dad. She was bringing
It's okay to resent him. He kind of sucks.
she was bringing toys and clothes and stuff over to his house, saying she should have things here so that this feels like home for her too. She did not have to go to all that trouble.
Yeah.
I don't know why they broke up in the first place. That was never stated.
Right.
I'm going to assume it was his fault.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
So she was being way nicer than I would have been.
He just kept standing her up, and that was that. No, I think this was a good, realistic portrayal of real problems that people can experience, especially in a maybe area susceptible to forest fires and the impact that has on a community. I also thought it was an interesting take showing how in this kind of more rural, maybe not the highest income kind of town, the library was a big kind of central point of the daughter wanted to go there so she could read stories on her tablet, and she really enjoyed that. That kind of build
Yeah,
the relationship with her and her father a little bit more.
dude didn't have Wi-Fi.
No.
She needed it for school, and he never ponied up and got some Wi-Fi.
It had nothing. She even said you can use your cell phone as a hotspot, and he never thinks about it again.
No, he probably doesn't have a cell phone.
The moral of this story was support and invest in local libraries.
Yeah, honestly.
Forest fires, they'll happen.
I thought it was really funny that they would sit outside the library to do her schoolwork. I know the first time they got there, the library was closed, but they seem to go there a lot. Is it never open? You can
I don't
go
know.
inside.
There were a lot of people sitting outside there they showed. I'm not really sure.
I do feel like, kind of like you said, there are going to be some people who watch this movie and really relate to it, and
Definitely.
it really speaks to them, and I'm happy for them. It's not like this was an incompetently made movie.
No, it was, I mean, the landscape and everything was pretty. I think they
Yeah.
were in Colorado,
Yeah.
I think. It definitely, I can understand how much it would suck losing your home and then all you've got is a, like, government-provided, like, one-room trailer. I think, like, plumbing and water is even kind of questionable, so it's
Yeah,
like...
one of the neighbors had to fix the plumbing.
Yeah, like a good portrayal of, like, how difficult a struggle that is. So that was a good little insight to have, I think. I'm gonna give this, like... what's the threshold for a certified fresh 75? I'd give this
75.
like how about a generous 79?
79. What Rotten Tomatoes score do you think it has?
79.
Nope, it has a 93%. I'd give it a 70.
You didn't like this either, huh? I liked it more than you.
I think it was mid. 70, I think, is a mid score. But
That's fair.
I don't think the filmmaking was mid or anything like that.
No, all the acting was really well done.
This movie just personally, it wasn't something that spoke to me personally. And so I found it a bit slow.
I agree.
But yeah, 93%. I would say not quite worth the hype for me.
No, this wasn't for me, I think.
But if the plot sounds interesting to you, you'll probably like it.
Yeah,
Because
you like
it's
Josh
well done
O'Connor.
for what it is. I love Josh O'Connor. I'd rather watch Wake Up Dead Man again or
Agreed.
Challengers.
Agreed. You could watch Challengers every day.
I could watch Challengers every day. It's a
That was
great movie.
That was your favorite movie of the decade.
Not quite, but
Almost.
it was up there.
All right, what do we got next?
The next movie we watched was Familiar Touch. You look confused. Do you remember what this movie was about?
I was trying to think. We've watched so many this week. I was trying to think, which one is that? I was thinking of Together at first, and that is not the same movie.
No, not at all.
It's a little different.
Little bit.
Familiar Touch lady is having dementia issues, and H. John Benjamin is her son. She keeps flirting with everyone. She was real frisky, but it was kind of about her adjusting to life in a retirement community essentially. This was a nice little movie, I think.
I thought it was really well done. Usually movies that are like older person adjust to life at insert age. It usually feels a little like overdone, cliche, because I think I talked about this with the Summer book as well.
Yeah.
I think a person's age is the least interesting thing about them. Like, there are so many different stories you can tell with people of all different ages.
I think that movie, The Thursday Murder Club, did it a little bit better.
I really liked that one.
Because, yeah, the kind of setting is these are just some older folk living in, I think it was England, I think,
Yes.
in a retirement community, which looked really nice, by the way. It was like an old castle or something, or old estate. But it's more about their adventures they're having rather than just, like, their age is a factor, but not their whole character.
Yeah, it's about their hobbies and their friendship. But I did actually really like this movie,
Okay.
and I kind of wasn't expecting to, or I was expecting to just think it was okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, given the topic, this is about as well done as it can be.
Fair enough.
And I think a lot of that is on the performance, the lead performance.
I will say this movie did not really grip me at any point, you know?
Kathleen Chalfant. She was
She's
a
our main gal.
star. Yeah, she was.
Oh, she was great. No denying
phenomenal
that.
in this. She played Ruth, and there was that scene, which this is the scene when I was I was hooked. She's sitting there with the doctor, I guess, doing her initial checkup at the new place. She knows that he is kind of checking her mental capacity.
Yeah.
And of course, she is pretty spry. She doesn't think anything's wrong with her. And she starts remembering this recipe and just really giving him this detailed recipe and saying,
Is that when she kind of just randomly fires it off, or she kind of just goes down that little sequence just, I don't know, erratically?
oh no, she was just firing off that recipe to him because she knew the questions he was asking. He's trying to get an idea of her mental capacity.
Get a sense, sure.
And then she says, could someone with dementia remember all that? And I just thought that whole monologue was delivered so well. And I was like, okay, if she's the focal point, I'm in.
I liked the scene where she's again with the doctor and he's like, okay, just start naming off as many words beginning with the letter F as you can.
She did better than I would have.
Oh, I couldn't think of half the words she did. Put on the spot like that? No way.
No.
Yeah, this was a good little movie. I think the retirement community she was staying in kind of sucked.
The workers talked about how expensive it was,
Yeah.
too. And I was like, really? This place? They had a pool. That was about it.
There seemed to be about a total of 4 employees, including the doctor, who seemed to have multiple jobs there.
Yeah.
And I think especially for folk with memory problems, they can't really go about daily life just by themselves. They could just walk right out and leave at any point. She did.
And especially we've been watching Man on the Inside.
Much nicer place.
And
I would live there now.
they can go up to the employees
Open
and
bar.
say, hey, I need to be driven here. And then someone just drives them there. And yeah, they have an open bar. They
24/7.
have these nice apartments. That's an expensive place.
No kidding.
This seemed like
Rip off.
a mid-level place.
Probably more par for the course, I would think.
Yeah.
But yeah, they show her just kind of getting used to her new neighbors, essentially, and they're doing arts and crafts stuff and telling each other stories. So
They had
they put them in VR headsets, and it sounded like they were showing them at the beach, something like that. I don't know. Have you ever worn a VR headset before?
I've never worn a VR headset.
I would imagine, especially for someone who's never worn one, I always get kind of almost if I play it too long, motion sickness a little bit.
I would think someone with dementia, that might freak them
Flip
out.
yeah.
But maybe there's some research or some exercises or something that has to do with the VR headsets. Maybe that's why they were using them.
I wouldn't be surprised. But they were unsupervised.
I've never worn a VR headset and I would freak out.
I thought they were going to do, you ever see someone wear a VR headset in the game? They think they're going to, jump off a ledge, and they actually jump in real life and smash themselves into a wall.
That's exactly what I would do.
I thought we were going to see a whole bunch of that.
I would break my TV.
She has her one little foray running away from the retirement home.
Yeah, she runs off. She wants to make the recipe.
Right, she goes to the grocery store.
She says she was a cook.
Yeah.
And so she keeps going to the kitchen and helping them cook, and they kind of let her, which I guess I'm she's doing a good job. She's being safe with it. Might as well let her have her hobby.
I was myself thinking, no, don't let the people who don't know what's going on around sharp objects. They'll stab you.
She did have the knife That is true. But she was doing a good job. And she was making them nice food.
She did a good job. That vertical toast with the egg little pile in the middle, that looked good that she made.
Oh, yeah. You immediately looked at me and said, I would eat that.
Made me hungry for breakfast food. But yeah, that's kind of the most that happens. She has her son visit and kind of reconnects with him a little bit, I think.
It's that familiar touch.
Exactly. So that helps her along. Not too much else happens in this movie, I don't think.
Yeah.
She just kind of starts settling in, and that's the end.
Yeah.
Good little movie, I think.
Little slice of life.
Very
well done.
I agree when he said, like, this is probably a good portrayal of what this is like in real life.
Yeah, I think that lead performance really pushed it over the top. I did really enjoy this movie.
I'd give this an 80.
An 80?
Yeah.
What do you think the Rotten Tomato score is?
Ooh, I'm gonna guess this got a 84.
This got a 98%.
98%. All right, I'm off.
I would give
I'm gonna get it one of these days.
You know what? I would give this an 88%.
Okay. It's a little bit of a slower movie. I think even this had more action than Rebuilding, though.
I was more locked in than Rebuilding, yeah.
Our main focus is our character, Ruth. We get some decent performances for everyone kind of supporting. H. John Benjamin's really good.
I thought all the performances were great. But our main lady, Kathleen, over the top, amazing.
Yeah. If this plot sounds like something you could connect to, I would say give it a watch.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people will watch this movie and it'll make them feel something.
Exactly,
and
yes.
Isn't that what movies are for?
I suppose.
But yeah, I would say worth the hype.
Worth the hype. All right, what do we got next?
Next, we watched Black Phone 2.
Black Phone 2. You were telling me a little bit about Black Phone 1, so let me recap, make sure I got this.
Yeah, let's hear your recap of the Black Phone 1. You've never seen this movie.
I've never seen it. Okay. How to Train Your Dragon Boy has a psychic sister and an alcoholic dad. Great setup. He knows there's some snatcher grabber guy. What'd you call him? The spanker?
You called him the spanker. His name is the grabber.
The way you described it to me, you were like, he grabs kids and keeps them in the basement and spanks them.
Yeah.
So he's the spanker for me now. And seems to be, they know like, oh, he's in our neighborhood somewhere. I would not feel safe sending my kids to school in that case. But hey, I guess he's been around for a while.
Well, I guess the alcoholic absentee dad. But yeah, they're just letting the kids walk to school by themselves.
And what's his name? Finn?
Yeah.
Was that his character's name in How to Train Your Dragon as well? It can't be. Is it the same character?
Hiccup. He's Hiccup in How to Train Your Dragon, right?
Oh, I don't know. Yep, he is Hiccup.
To be fair, Finn would be a better name than Hiccup.
Very much so. But yes, he ends up getting nabbed and is put in the spanker's basement. There's a phone in the basement for some reason.
A black phone.
Black phone. It doesn't matter what color the phone is. There's ghost children in the phone.
Yeah.
Warning him, like the past victims of the spanker. Warning Hiccup to be careful and how to try to escape. And he ends up successfully doing that. Kills the spanker, and then we're on to our sequel.
And then the grabber's also upset because he lived with his like cop brother and ended up having to kill him because he caught Finn in the basement.
Finally caught on. He's like, surely he's gonna go downstairs one of these days. Nope.
And I want to say his dad was also hitting him. I haven't seen this movie since it first came out, so I might be getting a lot wrong. Well, I did not reread the Wikipedia synopsis before I watched Black Phone 2.
In the first one, is Ethan Hawke like a magician or something going around doing tricks? Okay, so that's like his cover for the makeup with the balloons and all that shit.
Yeah, he comes up to kids and he's like, you want to see a magic trick? And then he grabs them.
The classic, yeah. It's not, he has a black van though, not a white van. Pulling up to schools, I guess, so no one noticed him. But yeah, he had been doing that for years. Finally dead, and then the second movie starts out with our Hiccup's ghost mom calling them from a payphone in the past. Am I getting that right?
I think it was implying that their mom had gotten those calls.
Okay.
While she was at the camp, because we established, spoilers, that the grabber was also at the camp. And and that's where he first started killing little boys.
When he was known as Wild Bill.
So I guess she ended up getting the calls from those little boys.
I guess so, yeah.
Because psychic, I guess. So I guess they're implying that Finn's a little psychic too.
Okay.
But the sister's
Interesting.
the one who is really, really psychic.
I liked in this movie how they showcase when the sister is in like her dream world. You had that kind of like grainy film
It looked
thing
like a
going on.
VHS tape,
It
like
did.
Friday the 13th.
It did, yeah, exactly. So that was a good way to differentiate.
I
but
thought the directing was really good.
I agree. Yeah, this was a well-made movie. The plot is, I mean, it's kind of like, I don't know, just hanky, I guess. We have to defeat the grabber by finding his victim's remains.
Yeah.
That's it.
And Scott Derrickson also directed this one. He directed the first one,
Mhm.
and he directed the movie Sinister, also starring Ethan Hawke, which I love Sinister. Like I said, I haven't seen the original Black Phone since it first came out, but I think I liked that movie more than this one.
That's what I've been hearing, yeah.
And I think it's because I found that one a lot scarier because it was blatantly obvious to me that they only got Ethan Hawke in person on the set maybe for one scene. If
Yes.
that. And in the first one, I think he's so creepy. He's got the white face makeup.
Where in
And
this, he has
then
the mask on most of
He's
the time.
putting on all these different masks.
Oh, he had
and-
multiple?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it's just so unsettling. He's got the creepy little voice, and it's just such an unsettling performance. He does a great job. And here you're kind of only getting that through voiceover.
Really, yeah.
Plus, I think a real man snatching children and doing creepy shit like that is way scarier than, oh, look, a ghost, you know?
Yeah, he's a ghost the entire time, kind of reaching out from hell.
He's like Freddy Krueger almost.
I guess. Yeah, he's going after the sister whenever she's
dreams.
dreaming. And then we get sometimes she is like physically being like lifted and thrown around by the demon, and other times she's sleeping and she's like projecting herself, like running around the camp, getting into stuff, if I was kind of understanding that right. The sequence where she's getting thrown around that like kitchen was really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I do think a lot of the effects and the camera work was really good here. I loved the scene where Finn is in the phone booth and he's getting the calls from the three boys, and the camera is almost just jerkily moving from boy to boy, and it's kind of twisting into Dutch angles.
Yeah.
And it just made a scene that could have felt really flat, really dynamic and interesting.
I agree. Another complaint. There wasn't enough phone in Black Phone 2. It was just a phone booth and they weren't in it for most of the time.
Also, I just want to point out, I think it's really funny that the first movie is called The Black Phone.
Yeah.
And this movie is just called
Black
Black Phone 2. They dropped the. I don't know why, but I just wanted to point out that I think that's funny.
They just kind of gave up at this point. This was a cash grab, no
I
doubt.
mean, it did kind of feel like a cash grab. I do think it was trying to say something about PTSD, and then,
I guess, yeah.
Finn had that whole monologue, which great acting.
Yeah, they wanted to give the grabber character more of a backstory. That's fine.
I do think the marketing of the grabber is kind of weird. Like, I saw the grabber in a Fortnite commercial.
Ooh.
I saw the trailer for
I don't like those
Black Phone
implications.
2 being on Peacock, saying Peacock is the home of the grabber. And
You don't want that.
yeah, I'm like,
He's a predator, y'all.
yeah, at its core, the grabber
He
is
spanks
a guy
kids to death.
who preys on young teenage boys.
Yeah.
And he's not some fun, kooky guy.
No, not at all.
I think that's why I liked the first one so much. I didn't think he was portrayed that way at all. Like, I thought he was really scary. And this one, I mean, he's like skating around and he's kind of doing some one-liners like Freddy Krueger, who's also a predator that kind of got
Well,
so I guess it's kind of
I suppose
like
you're
that.
right, actually. Good point.
But I don't know. It feels a little weird to me when I see that the grabber is in like Fortnite.
Yeah. For a horror movie, none of our main cast got killed off.
No.
They got beat up a lot, just via dream magic, I
I
guess.
thought maybe the camp owner guy would maybe die because he seemed like the nice moral compass adult, but no,
Yeah.
he didn't even die. He almost died and then didn't.
It's like this had kind of low stakes for being a supernatural horror movie. That's weird to say.
Yeah.
I did think like the stunt work was pretty cool. Again, I'll go back to the sister is like in her dream being thrown around this kitchen, and then all the camp folk who are awake come in and see her floating and like getting smashed all over the place.
It's a religious camp, so they of course think she's possessed
Well,
by the devil.
again, this is one of those movies where it's like, I guess that religion's right because he
Yeah.
keeps Ethan Hawke's going, no, I'm in hell.
Yeah, I don't remember there being too much of a religious subplot in the first one. This movie was kind of religious.
It laid it in, yeah. I thought the one scene where the spanker's going after the sister again, and I think he, like, in the dream wraps, like, a telephone cord around her neck, something like that's trying to
Yeah.
choke her, but then rips it like he's starting a lawnmower, and she is spinning as fast as it can be. That was
That was
cool looking.
And the blood spraying.
It's spraying all over the place. It reminded me of Hereditary.
Yeah.
If you know the scene, you know. But I think that's kind of as far as I got. Like the ending kind of conflict to finally defeat the spanker was kind of goofy.
Yeah, and even with that scene where the blood's like spraying out of her neck, we had established before that when she gets hurt in the dream, she actually has like a cut or
Yeah.
whatever in real life. She certainly did not have a cut on her neck or a gash on her neck.
Yeah, because I was like, she had a cut on her arm, but when she was spinning like a top, blood was spraying all over Finn. Her Ernie, I think, was her love interest.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, her head's about to pop off. Nope, she was fine. It was just her arm gushing a little
Remember
bit.
when he told her that he thought it was hot that she prays to Jesus?
Some folk really like their religion, man. Just saying. Jesus is up there on the cross just with a 12-pack for a reason.
I mean, they do make him really ripped in some of those pictures.
It's true. We're getting down a dark subplot. Back to the spanker. I thought it was funny how he was invisible, ice skating all over the pond and bashing people with an axe, but failing to kill anyone.
Yeah. Yeah, the grabber, he's not really a good supernatural entity. He didn't succeed at anything. He didn't
No.
kill one single person.
I guess I liked the scene where I think the spanker's talking to Finn in the phone booth, I believe, and he's talking about like, you think it's all flames in hell. It's actually cold. It's ice.
They take all the human parts from you.
They take all the human parts from you, and I kind of take it kind of going back to the first movie. Whenever he puts on one of his masks, that's when he's going to do something truly dark or heinous.
Yes.
That's all he has for a face in the second
That
movie.
makes sense.
And even when I think, is it Finn or the sister rips his mask off, it's like he's ripping his face off. There's just bone and
Yeah, which that was cool.
meat underneath. The prosthetics were really cool.
I do also think, so he's here from hell. I guess he got out of hell somehow.
He's like connected to this place, and because the remains of his first victims are still there,
He's getting
undiscovered,
energy from them being undiscovered.
like feeds on their fear or something like that. Yeah.
But like, if hell's real, then you got to assume heaven's real. If demons are real, I guess angels are real. Can God not send some angels down to get those little boys or to like deal with this? Or I guess he's just going to say, you know what? That 16-year-old can do it.
Exactly.
Like, that seems odd.
You know, How to Train Your Dragon dude was the angel sent. I mean, they won.
I guess
Technically.
it helped him overcome his PTSD.
And I thought they were going to have to do, when we got into the final part of the plot, like we have to find the 3 victims' remains at this camp to put them to rest so the spanker doesn't have any power anymore. Number one, they are all just in the kind of same vicinity at
they
the bottom
found
of a
them real
frozen
quick.
lake. I thought we were going to get a couple, like, okay, 3 different sequences of trying to find these different kids. Because I think they said one was killed by an axe in the woods, one was burned in the kitchens, and I don't even remember the other one. Nope, they were all together. And then it was literally just, I guess we found them, brought them to the surface, not like, okay, now they need to be buried or, I don't know, sanctified, burned. Nope. Found him. He's powerless. We're good. We can beat up this dream ghost now.
And also,
Finn swinging and punching the dream ghost was really funny.
that was funny. Another plot point that I thought was kind of a cop-out, their mom. Like, their family has all this trauma because their mom killed herself, and that's why the dad's an alcoholic, and that's why the kids are so, like, neglected and sad in the first movie. I guess it's not really a retcon because you can make sense of it narratively. But it kind of cheapens some of the emotions there, in my opinion. It's like, okay, the mom didn't actually hang herself. The grabber killed her because she knew that he had started kidnapping boys in their neighborhood.
Yes, she had like figured out who it was. I guess, why did he feel the need to stage it as a suicide? I mean,
so no one would go looking for a
for
killer?
her? Because I guess he wasn't leaving corpses around town now. He was like
No.
disappearing kids.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I guess that makes sense. I don't know why he wouldn't just disappear her as well. He had her in the van.
And then I want to know...
And then you go back to her house? That doesn't make sense.
When he kidnapped Finn, it seemed like he kidnapped him just because opportunity. He kidnaps boys of that age.
Yeah.
And here's this boy walking down the street by himself. Hey, you want to see a magic trick? So now
Oh, is that
I'm
how
like,
he gets the, like, Finn, the main character? He's like, you want to see this?
I think so.
He just literally, hey, you want to see what's in my van? Yeah, sure.
I think Finn was
Black
a little
phone.
more like, you know what, this guy's creepy. I'm going to walk away. And then you get grabbed.
Yeah.
I think that's what happened.
Okay.
Again, I haven't seen this movie since it first came out. But, like, did the grabber know that Finn was her kid? If so, why didn't he target Finn earlier? Or
The sister at all, maybe?
he doesn't target little girls, let's be clear.
Oh, don't want to be too weird. Okay.
But yeah, just like, wouldn't he have known of that connection and maybe used it to freak Finn out more when he was kidnapped?
Might have had no idea, I guess.
I don't recall anything like that happening in the first movie. Maybe there's a whole scene of it and I just don't remember, but I don't think that was ever established.
I do not feel the need to watch The Black Phone.
I think you should, because I think Ethan Hawke's really creepy and I actually think it's a really good kind of unsettling movie.
Fine.
But I think more so you should watch Scott Derrickson's Sinister, starring Ethan Hawke. That's a scary movie.
Okay. Cool. But yeah, I feel like this movie could have given me a lot more. Some of it just kind of felt half-baked, but it wasn't like, I wasn't bored throughout the movie.
No.
I was kind of like engaged, like wondering what was going to be happening next. Performances were good. I think like the makeup and stunts and everything were well done. Some of the CGI green screen things, but otherwise, I mean, not a bad movie. Check it out.
The whole time I was kind of wishing I was rewatching the first one.
Yeah,
because
that's sequels for you.
I mean, what makes that first one so good? It's how creepy Ethan Hawke as the grabber is.
He's not really creepy in this.
He's not really in this one much.
I think we literally have one jump scare from one of the ghost boys
Yeah.
at the camp, and that's it.
Yeah, like this movie wasn't very scary.
No. Well, yeah, I would give this I'll be generous. I'll give this like an 85. If you like the first movie, you might like this as well. Me kind of going in as a standalone, it's fine.
What Rotten Tomatoes score do you think this has?
85 as well.
72.
72, okay. So it's gone down. It was a 75 and it's
Yeah.
gotten some bad reviews since then. Okay. I have heard from one or two people as well that this wasn't very good compared to the first one.
Yeah, I agree with that statement.
Worth the hype, you think?
I mean, I would
What'd you think?
give this like a 70, 75. So
Yeah.
I think 72 is appropriately rated, but
Here,
I
I'm
would say
scoring
just
it.
watch the first one.
I'm scoring it high. Be like, yeah, it was all right. 95.
Black Phone 2 is okay.
It's okay. Watch it on Halloween if you're bored.
Watch Black Phone 1 first. So the next movie we watched was Bone Lake.
Bone Lake. We started so strong and ended so okay.
Meh. Right off the bat, I hated that man.
Which one?
You know, you have the couple that came in at the beginning, and he was the one who quit his job to be a writer.
Yes. Oh, the main boyfriend guy.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the first victim couple we see getting killed off in the beginning, running naked through the woods. And then we start strong. He takes an arrow right where it hurts. And we never quite touch greatness that close again.
Yeah.
Fast forward to our main couple. I don't remember their names. Guy and gal.
Oh, their
And
names.
he sucks. Guy
her name
sucks.
Was Sage. That was her name.
Why is your name Sage?
And then his name was Diego.
Diego sucks.
I hated Diego. He was pretentious. He was
just complaining all the time.
One of the first things we find out about him is that he was writing some article about why woke is bad or something like
sucks.
that. This guy's like
I really don't know why she was with him, but it seems like they're trying to have a good weekend to get away. They rent this house.
When he wants to propose to her.
With the ugliest ring.
Don't
propose with your grandma's ring. At least as long as you know, your partner may not like it, get a sense of what your partner may like.
Let her pick her own ring.
Yeah, and then surprise her when you give it to her. Fool. This man did not deserve his girlfriend.
No, not at all. I'm glad she cheated on him.
Me too.
He deserved it.
He's still all been out of shape about it. Sucks to suck.
Yeah, it's like, if you're gonna hold that over her the rest of your relationship, you should have just broken up.
Yeah.
If you've chosen to forgive her and move on, you have to forgive her and move on.
I know immediately we both were thinking, oh, we wouldn't have gotten ourselves into this situation when the other folks saying, oh, we accidentally double booked this Airbnb. I guess we could stay together. Nope. Absolutely not.
Out of here. Yeah, the other couple shows up, Will and Sin. Sin. Sin.
Yeah, her name is Cinnamon.
Will and Sin, they seemed immediately suspicious to me. And for a while in the movie, it seemed like they were trying to just make it one of those, sexual thrillers. Where something creepy's going on. They're going into the locked rooms of this Airbnb, I guess, and there's a sex dungeon.
Yeah, they're immediately
a Ouija board.
They're immediately let's break into these locked rooms of this house we're renting. That seems like a great idea. And why was there a Ouija board surrounded by candles and stuff? We never came. We passed by that one other time.
I think they were just trying to freak them out.
That was a cut scene, I'm betting, where they did some shenanigans with the Ouija board to freak the main two characters out.
Yeah, because immediately we knew that Will and Sin orchestrated this.
Yes.
They're the ones killing these couples.
Absolutely. And at first I thought, oh, they are tracking or found this couple and somehow managed a way to actually double book this Airbnb. No, it's just their house.
It's their house. And then they're each trying to hook up with the couple who's staying there because they're testing their relationship.
They seem to really have fun trying to break up couples and make them cheat with one another.
I thought it was wild that Sage got in the car alone with Will, this man she just met.
She's known for half a day.
I don't care how nice the dude seems. I am not about to get in a car alone with a guy I've known for half a day.
They portray these characters like they're too polite to say no, but it goes to ridiculous lengths.
Well, and then I guess they kind of orchestrate that thing where Sin's oh, I'll show your writing to this famous author that I know. If you guys stick around, I'll make sure, you get this career advancement, essentially. So there's a little bit of a power move.
And Diego's such a little worm. He goes for it immediately.
Oh, yeah. And even when Sage is I'm kind of uncomfortable, he's but my writing, though.
Exactly. He's we can leave at any time but my writing. Think about my book.
Yeah. I bet his book sucks.
I bet it does. No, I when we finally get to, oh crap, these crazy folk are trying to kill us. Let's run and hide, and we got to fight them at various times. That was pretty well done. I would like to have seen more of that, and I don't know. I feel like everything kind of petered out kind of quickly. There wasn't so much of like a mystery of like, who are these folk? What are they trying to do to us?
Yeah, I thought the build-up was a lot better than the payoff.
Yes.
I think the last big reveal we had in this
And
movie
why?
was, well, the reason why they hate couples so much is because they're not allowed to run around and be a happy couple because they're brother and sister.
If this had been shot in Alabama, never mind. I don't know why they wanted to do a whole Jamie and Cersei Lannister thing, but I guess that was explaining their craziness and motivations for killing folk.
Yeah, because they hate
The risk
other
takers.
couples so much, and they want them to have to prove their love because they don't get to go out and like be a couple and get married and prove their love, I guess, because their love is gross.
Yeah. This is a prequel for The Hills Have Eyes.
And then they killed their parents because their parents were
We're like,
like,
what
that's
are you doing?
disgusting.
Yeah. Which, of course, that was a logical thing to do. And I guess they keep inviting couples to come stay here. You would think someone would notice at some point.
Yeah, it's like,
There's literally a pile of cars like a foot underneath the water in the pond right behind the house.
well, and it seems like they've booked this through like Airbnb or something. If after a while multiple couples went missing at this one Airbnb,
Yeah.
you think the platform would maybe take down this listing, contact the authorities?
I guess I will say, like they did say in the movie, Cinnamon grabs one of their phones and says, "Oh, we've booked your next rental in Florida, but you'll never show up there."
That's true.
So they're covering it a little bit, but after 6 couples, if 12 people go missing and your house is always kind of on that timeline, someone would be suspicious.
Yeah.
But I guess, yeah, these kids inherited all their parents' money, so they've got some like wealth and prestige, it sounds like. Something like that. So
Yeah.
maybe part of why they feel like they can take these big risks and get away with this kind of stuff.
I'm just gonna say, if they really, really wanted to, like, they don't look a thing alike. They can go on a date and no one is gonna look at them and be like, that's weird.
Our main character certainly didn't suspect anything.
No, I didn't suspect anything until they flat out said it. That wasn't even a thing that crossed my mind.
We went from scrotum getting skewered by a crossbow dart to just some half-baked Game of Thrones subplot.
Well, and then the final kind of
Disappointing.
chase fight sequences, I think they were well done, but
Yeah.
I never felt like there were any stakes, really.
I thought one of the two main... I thought Diego was going to get himself killed off pretty
Yeah,
soon. No.
They didn't die. They killed the bad guys.
They almost kind of accidentally kill the bad guys.
He even got his ring back.
He did, yeah. I thought it was funny when Will is chasing Sage, what a name, with an axe. Or no, she has the axe. He's chasing her, and she's like, stay back, or I'll hit you and kill you with this axe. And he, twice over, he's going, sticks his neck out and goes, go ahead. I'm giving you a chance. Go ahead. Wouldn't do anything. Annoying. She was
would
into him.
have...
She had a little crush.
I would have not even thought twice, swung at that man full force. And then when she finally does swing at him, she drops the axe and runs away.
Yeah.
And then he picks up the axe.
Because of course he does.
That's a big pet peeve of mine in fight scenes.
Yep.
When they get a blow in and they think everything's fine and then they leave the weapon there. Always take the weapon with you.
Bad guy is stunned on the ground. You have the perfect opportunity for a double tap. No one ever takes it.
No one ever.
I think it's because Sage was like, even though my life's at stake, this is the most excitement I've had in years. Diego sucks.
And it seems like at the end, they're gonna get married. And I think it was trying to say their relationship's stronger now.
We're
But,
accessories. We got to stay together.
like, absolutely not. Like, Why would you want to be with that man? And then you know he's still gonna be all weird about the cheating thing, which, I mean, I would have just broken up with someone who cheated on me because I know that's not something I would be able to let go of. And if you can't let go of it, you probably shouldn't still be in that relationship. Just move on.
I realize now, when they're chasing each other and Will and Cinnabon are trying to kill Diego and Sage, I realize now why they put Sage mostly against Will, because Diego would have gotten his ass kicked immediately.
Yeah.
Because he was pretty uncapable. He was getting beat up by Cinnabon most of the time until I think he stabbed her foot with like a spear or something down at the dock until she finally got herself loose after a while.
Well, and then again, he didn't like land another blow.
No.
Or do anything to ensure that she wouldn't get away. Like, of course she's gonna get out of that somehow.
Then Will's chasing Sage around with an electric chainsaw.
That was fun.
But she finally gets the axe back and yoinks him right in the head.
No one got chainsawed.
He got chainsawed.
Oh yeah, I guess he fell on the chainsaw.
She lands the only killing blow. Will falls, still holding the chainsaw, and starts like sawing his own head off. That effect was pretty cool.
That was a cool effect.
It had a little bit of a gore fest.
Yeah.
And then they tried to escape on the boat, and lo and behold, Cinnabon is stuck to the boat. Then Diego starts beating her off with the axe until he slices off her fingers with the last act.
Just so happens
to get the ring
be the
back.
finger with his grandmother's ring because Will stole the ring to propose.
I bet they think they ate with this line, but he goes, Cinnabon's in the water by the propeller of the boat, and he goes, reverse it. They just back the boat up slowly into her, and you just see red splashes on the water. It was funny, but it didn't feel like a good payoff. You're right.
The first half of this movie, I was thinking, oh man, this is really fun. I'm really enjoying this. And then, it just petered off in the second half.
They should have gone more ridiculous over the top with it. I would have enjoyed that a lot more.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, this could be a fun, I want to have some cocktails and put on a stupid horror movie.
Yeah.
But it didn't really follow through with that.
You get like a creepy kind of weird setup that blooms into this kind of over-the-top chase and gore fest. Would have been great. Mm-hmm. Now, at the end, they're sitting on the boat. Sage and Diego, he's still alive for some reason, covered in blood. They're both exhausted, and they just kind of start laughing. He gives her the ring he's pulled off of Cinnabon's finger. She, I guess accepts and puts the ring on, and then they start laughing, and then they kind of quiet down. And they're like, wow, that really did just happen, I guess. I was getting like 1,000-yard PTSD stare.
I guess they're gonna get married and he's gonna get his job back. The ending was kind of reminiscent of The Graduate, though, where it's like, okay, are they gonna get married now? And it's like, oh, wait.
No, they realize they still hate each other. Yeah. They realize, like, oh, you're the only person I can relate to with now on this, but we don't like each other still. Yeah,
they're gonna get married and they're gonna stay together, but they're gonna hate and resent each other the whole time. They're gonna be miserable.
The sequel, man, that's going to be, they're going to realize the only thrill they get out of their relationship is when they can hunt other couples now.
And then they're going to start doing it.
You know, that house needs an owner.
I would watch that sequel.
But I'd give this movie like 75. Worth the hype? Not really. If you're like just kind of wanting something not too serious and just kind of watch it and just see how you like it, fine.
This has an 84%.
Okay. A little higher than expected.
I'm with you. I think I would also give this a 75 because I did enjoy a big chunk of it.
There's nothing like bad about it.
No.
But there was nothing great about it either.
Exactly.
It was just kind of mid.
Yeah.
Some folk might enjoy it.
Yeah, I'd give it a shot if you just want kind of a stupid horror movie with some pretty good gore effects. I thought the acting was good.
Yeah. All right, last but not least, or maybe it is. What do we got?
People we meet on vacation. And yes, I would say, for me at least, it was the least.
It was the least. Did you not like this movie?
No. It made me really angry in a lot of ways.
Why is that?
So, we have our main characters, right? Mm-hmm. Poppy and Alex. And they're best friends. They go
I don't
on
know why.
vacation with each other every year. They're the most incompatible people.
Their introduction was awful. She's neurotic as hell and won't shut up on the whole car
She was
ride.
so annoying.
And he is kind of just like throwing cold water on that the entire time, and she's just not getting it. And then that somehow becomes their best friends now.
Yeah.
I didn't buy that transition.
No, she keeps pushing his boundaries. She's being very rude and disrespectful of his property because they're both from the same small town in Ohio.
Yeah.
And they both go to the same college.
They made up a town in Ohio. Why would you make up a town in Ohio?
So I guess they somehow found out, like, oh, we can road trip, carpool back home during a school break. And
It seemed like also they had like a time they wanted to get there. She screws up the whole trip. They have to stay at a motel.
she's an hour late
To just getting there, to the
I would
pickup.
have left without her
Yeah.
if I were him. She starts messily eating in his car after he says he doesn't want to eat and make a mess in there. Ends up pouring sauce all over this burrito.
Like
It ends
an
up
animal.
getting thrown in the middle of his car, which they seem to have cleaned up pretty well.
Very
There was
quickly.
no remnant of any mess on the car or their person.
He should have thrown
after
her out
that.
on the highway right then and there.
Yeah. And then she locks the keys in the car.
Oh yeah, he was surprisingly cool with that.
They have to stay in a motel in the same room, of course, and he has a girlfriend.
Yeah, she's the real victim here, this girlfriend.
I felt so bad for his girlfriend.
It's the gal from White Lotus,
Yes.
the latest season.
This girl, this Poppy, just has no boundaries. But I guess they start talking, and she's like, where do you want to be right now? And he says he wants to be back in his small town. And she acts like that's ridiculous.
Yeah, she just wants to get away from that town.
Yeah, which I understand that, but that's not his experience.
Yeah.
He likes it there. And I do think in their talks and in their little vacations, he does find a love of travel, but I never got the indication that he wanted to go off to the big city and
Never.
do anything like that. What really made me angry, I'm skipping around, but
That's fine. This movie does it too.
yeah, this movie skips
For some
timelines all
stupid
over the
reason.
place.
We start with like present day, then 9 summers ago. Now 4 summers ago. What the hell?
There's a vacation in Italy, I believe, and they both bring their partners. So Alex has his girlfriend who he's been on and off with since high school. He's known his girlfriend longer than he's known Poppy.
Yeah.
And he all of a sudden makes this friendship with this other woman where they go on vacation with each other once a year. I would be so mad. No wonder they're so on and off. I would break up with that guy too because
Yeah.
it's also very apparent that he's being unavailable while he's with her because he's texting Poppy all the time.
All the time, yeah.
And then he's going on romantic vacations with her, and I'm assuming not with his girlfriend.
It doesn't seem like that he ever takes her. And since they're on and off, I'm imagining there's some overlap when they're vacationing and he's still with his girlfriend at the time.
Yeah, because I think we're going the better part of a decade throughout this movie. But yeah, they go on this Italy trip. She has a boyfriend. It's Alfie from Emily in Paris. He's in like one scene.
Oh yeah, we never see him again.
You know who else is in like one scene? Poor Lucas Gage.
Yeah.
Never has a good time.
Can never
in
catch
any
a
movie,
break.
Which he's such a good actor. He needs to be the lead in
Let
more
him
things.
shine. He's a leading man, damn
He's
it.
such a leading man. He was so good in Smile 2
And Companion. Yeah.
That is a leading man, and I need to see him in leading man roles. That's what I want to see this year. More Lucas Gage.
Should have been the star of our show, but alas.
But I digress. I got off topic.
No, that's okay. This movie did too.
That's true. But yeah, back to the Italy thing. He's there with his girlfriend. This is the first time his girlfriend and Poppy have ever met.
Yeah.
And things are immediately kind of awkward, but his girlfriend's really trying.
Right. They're kind of tense, but she's trying to give her like the benefit of the doubt, I guess.
Exactly, because she doesn't want to be that girlfriend who's like, well, you can't have female friends. But I think it's one thing to have a female friend and another thing to have a female friend that you are talking to all the time, that you go on romantic vacations with all the time, making you emotionally unavailable for your partner. Like, there's a difference, you know?
Yeah.
Poppy ends up telling Alex, oh, so you're gonna marry your girlfriend and stay in Ohio and like be a teacher or something. Like, that's not what you want. But every indication from him that I've gotten is that that's exactly
what
what he wants.
He never changes his mind, it seems like, throughout the course of the film. He's like, no, I like where I live.
Yeah, just because he likes to go on vacation and travel doesn't mean that's what he wants
He never
to do
deviates
all the time.
Yeah.
It's what she wants to do. It's not what he wants to do. And she tries to spin it. No, you're only doing this for your girlfriend and
Not at all.
you know, you need to not settle. That's what she says.
Oh, yeah.
And then she tries to kiss him and he's like, no. And then the next morning, he proposes to his girlfriend. So it's like,
That's
okay,
toxic as hell.
he obviously made his choice that that's what he wants to do. But then, by the end of the movie, when they finally get together, he ends up getting slotted into her life, living in New York, I believe.
Yeah.
And apparently, we're supposed to believe, well, that's what he's wanted all along. No, now he's settling to do whatever she wants.
Yeah.
So that made me really mad. Sorry, that took me way too long to explain.
No, it's fine. I love the scene where Poppy, I hated that name, by the way. Poppy runs into the now ex-fiance at the airport, and she's like, yeah, I almost want to thank you, Poppy, for like, I saw the light. I dodged a real bullet there. Poppy does not take any lesson from that or any warning at all.
Interesting to note, the ex-girlfriend is a flight attendant. So now her job is essentially traveling around.
Yeah. So
it seems like what she wanted wasn't even staying in Ohio, which means it was absolutely what Alex wanted.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. And I thought going into this movie, it was going to be maybe like Poppy or whatever her name, that actor's name is our main character, and she's going on a vacation trying to find herself maybe and meeting actual different unique people on various vacations throughout her story. But no, we don't really meet anyone new. Poppy has a significant other somehow in that one scene at the Italy vacation. That's it. It's just her and Alex for almost the entire movie.
She has a boyfriend show up in New Orleans.
Oh, that's right. But not for very long either. No. That wraps itself up pretty quickly anyways.
Maybe the book is more detailed on this stuff.
Oh, yeah, it's based off a book. I just kept getting that this girl is so outgoing and extrovert. She finds a relatively introverted person is like, I'm going to bombard him until he finally caves in.
I think that's exactly what happened.
That's their whole relationship. Mad. Yeah. And he like maybe tries to rationalize it as like, oh, this must mean I have feelings for her. And they turn it into she has feelings for him, even though I didn't really buy that. I would have loved if they just stayed friends.
Yeah. Same.
Like helping each other with their own separate relationships through like shared experiences. That's one thing. That would have been a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, because the first vacation we see with them, she's playing wingman for him with this girl, and he's kind of playing wingman for her with Lucas Gage. And I thought that was a good dynamic, you know?
No time after did I even get any chemistry between them.
No.
We have her follow Alex to his brother's wedding in, what was it, Barcelona?
I think so.
So I guess she is still all hung up about him, even though she didn't really seem like it, other than she didn't want her friendship to be unresolved.
Well, and then it seems like she is all in with his family, like
they love her. His
dad and his brother, like they all love her, but we never see any interaction of her like getting to know them.
Not at all. No, it's just
we just know that that's a thing because they state it.
This movie tells you a lot, but it doesn't really show you anything.
Yes.
And I would love just show us these, like the scenes and everything, the cinematography and the locations are all very pretty and beautiful, but we don't get much from it.
No. And I don't even think it's the actors. I thought the actors were really good and they did what they could with the material. I think it is just the material, and maybe the book is better and more in depth with that stuff.
Oh yeah, but she follows him to Barcelona. They realize like, oh, we're drawn towards each other. They try to begin a romantic relationship, and then I think 2 hours into it, they have like one little disagreement. They're like, you know what?
On the dance floor.
On the dance floor, these drama queens, I swear. They have this big like, we can't be together. We're not meant for each other. And then do it all over again like a week later.
Because it was, again, the whole him being like, well, I'm going to go to my house because I have a house and my job and my town that I like. And you're going to go back to the city and your freelance writing job that you like.
That lets her take vacations wherever she wants, apparently.
Yeah, like he was trying to figure out logistics for their long distance relationship.
Oh, that's right. And she flipped out.
Yeah, she was just like, just focus on the now. Don't think about it. And it's like, what? How could he not think about that?
What do you mean? Neither of us live close to each other. Like, if we want to continue this, how are we going to physically see one another when we get back home?
Yeah, it's like if we don't have a game plan and you don't want to come up with a game plan, then there's no point in even beginning this relationship.
You know what? Even Lucas Cage was too good for Poppy by far. She did not know what she wanted. She just chose her little project and was like, I'm going to break you down until you're mine. And that's what happened.
That's exactly what happened. And she essentially convinced him,
you love me.
Yeah, you love me.
I'm going to tell you until you believe it.
This is what you want to do with your life. All that stuff that you enjoy, you don't actually enjoy it. What you enjoy is the same stuff I enjoy.
Exactly. They try to shoe in this like character motivation. She's realizing, oh, maybe I want to travel to so many places because I'm trying to, find home or something. But you're home with me. Like it did not link up for me. When she goes to visit him in the made-up town of Linfield, Ohio?
I think so.
Which was definitely like suburban Atlanta. That was not Ohio. But yeah, they do it all over again. What we had just seen of them breaking up on the dance floor, they try to get together again, and I guess it pays off because we see them together in their apartment in New York now as it finishes off.
With the cute dog.
Very cute dog.
Just the audacity of her saying that him staying with his long-term girlfriend would be
like settling?
Yeah, would be settling. But then at the end of the movie, he's just doing everything she wanted and slotted into her life.
They're breaking up for sure.
Now he's settling with her.
She's definitely unmedicated. She's going to spiral her out at some point. She's going to kill that dog. And he's next.
Yeah.
The sequel's going to be a horror film, and I'm all here for it.
It's going to turn into Bone Lake.
We didn't meet anyone on vacation.
I think they met like their vacation selves because they kept saying, well, Alex doesn't do this, but vacation Alex does.
And you know what? You know how much I hate inauthentic characters. You can be a dirtbag, but just own it.
Yeah.
This was a movie about people who are pretending to be people that they really aren't. And like gaslighting themselves into believing some really unhealthy and toxic behaviors and traits were okay.
This movie was very pro-emotional infidelity.
Yeah, I think it was trying to make itself be a rom-com or something, but this is a movie about trauma and guilt.
Felt really bad for his girlfriend.
Yeah.
So bad
She was the hero of our story. She literally was like, wow, dodged a bullet on this one, and she nopes out of those two's lives forever. Good for her.
I would have preferred if the movie had been about her. I was also half expecting, because at the end of the movie, they're on a plane. They're like all kissing, lovey-dovey.
They're taking vacations together, but now like as a couple.
I was half expecting her to like walk up and be the flight attendant and be like, oh, so that's the girl you told me not to worry about.
Yeah. I'm gonna take this plane down.
I wanted to see her break up with him. I know. Really wanted to see her call that man out.
It would have given the movie just a little bit more depth if the girlfriend had this big explosive breakup with the Alex guy, trying to pointing out like you're being emotionally unavailable and emotionally cheating on me with this girl, where like you're not admitting something else is going on. Maybe that leads to the conflict of like they push each other away but then finally realize they want each other. That actually would have made more sense.
Yeah, because they get engaged off screen and then they break up off screen.
Yeah.
It's like, what even is this? Maybe it's more fleshed out in the book. Maybe the book is better. But
this movie gave me a stomachache.
Yeah.
Not really worth the hype
I didn't like it.
In my opinion, I'd give this like a 60. Like the movie looks
40.
good. It's well acted and everything. Ooh, 40. I like it. 0. Don't watch this. Burn this movie. Boycott this movie. Shame the people who watch this movie. Nah, it's all right. So a lot of folk might enjoy it. If you don't read too much into it, it's just like a whimsical little rom-com sort of thing, I guess. But if you pay attention to the plot and characters at all, you start to realize like, oh, everyone sucks here.
Yeah. On Rotten Tomatoes, this has a 74%. 40.
Cut that in half. I think now we're talking.
Yeah, this was not for me.
Nah.
But
There's better movies out there. Watch Tremors. That's always going to be fun.
watch Trimmers. Just anytime there's a bad movie, just watch Trimmers instead.
Greatest movie of the 20th century, obviously, Tremors. We did it.
We did it. That
All
was our
5.
week in movies.
That was fun.
I think it's pretty obvious what my least favorite was. What was my favorite movie here? I don't know. I thought Familiar Touch was really good.
I think maybe Bone Lake wins by default.
Yeah.
I guess. My least favorite, I think probably Rebuilding, because I thought it was too slow for me.
See, Rebuilding at least didn't make me angry.
I-
People we meet on vacation made me angry.
I wanted to yell at the main character, is what I'm getting at. And at least for Bone Lake, I was cheering for the main characters to get off. So that means I was at least a little bit more invested.
Yeah.
I know, not a bad week. We
No.
had some highs, some lows, some Lucas Gage. It was a fun old time.
Lucas Gage should be in more movies.
Where's that man's Oscar?
That's a leading man right there.
You stand with the Gage.
Well, on that note, until next week,
We'll see you next time, folks.
goodbye.
Bye.